A left-wing group that has long claimed to oppose hate speech and violence is being investigated by Attorney General Ken Paxton for funding it. This is Tuesday, May 19th, 2026.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for making the Texas Minute part of your Tuesday. You know, if you enjoy the Texas Minute or otherwise find the content useful, I bet your friends and family will too. So, how about you pass the show link along to them and make an introduction? Let's get into today's news. Attorney General Ken Paxton has launched an investigation into the Southern Poverty Law Center following allegations that the organization funded the violent extremist groups that it publicly claims to oppose. The left-wing SPLC has long positioned itself as a watchdog organization that tracks and exposes so-called hate groups. Now, it's important to note here that the organization makes no distinction between groups that are truly hateful and violent and those assigned that label simply for being on the ideological or theological right. Paxton's investigation comes after federal prosecutors indicted the SPLC in April on fraud charges. The U.S. Department of Justice alleges the nonprofit improperly raised millions of dollars from donors while secretly directing millions of dollars to individuals affiliated with groups such as the Ku Klux Klan. The SPLC claims that the payments were intended to gather intelligence and gain insider access to extremist networks. Still, investigators have suggested that at least some of those funds may have been used to facilitate additional criminal activity. Jarrell residents are collecting signatures in opposition to a proposed data center that's set to be built behind the local high school. The city approved the possible use of the 150-acre parcel of land back in October. Residents have been voicing concerns about noise pollution, traffic, water supplies, and electrical infrastructure. Now, an online petition has been launched seeking to block the project. The petition asserts that placing a data center near homes and schools is, quote, not the solution, asserting unspecified risks to children's health. It's been reported that the data center would generate $7.2 million in revenue for Jarrell once it's operational. So, updating a story first uncovered by Texas Scorecard, a self-described Muslim university operating in North Texas is facing a lawsuit from Attorney General Ken Paxton over allegations that it illegally offered unapproved degrees while misleading prospective students about its legitimacy and its ties to Texas A&M. Filed yesterday in Collin County, the lawsuit targets Texas American Muslim University and its administrators. The action is seeking both temporary and permanent injunctions, as well as more than $1 million in civil penalties. Tex A&M, as it called itself, is alleged to have operated as an unlicensed and unaccredited university. As of Monday, Tex A&M's website appeared to be offline. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Do you feel increasingly isolated? Like the world has gone insane and you are part of one small, clear-headed remnant? Let me be the first to tell you, you're not alone. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and on my new show, Come and Take It, I'm going to call out the crazy so you can be empowered to change Texas and the nation. Overcome the schemes of the left designed to keep Texans paralyzed and silent. Watch or listen to Come and Take It today.
In fighting a massive land grab associated with a multi-billion-dollar power transmission project, Kevin Kennedy is arguing that utilities didn't comply with the notice requirements in state law for roughly 1,400 addresses. He's asking an administrative law judge to extend enough time for the owners of those properties to be heard. At issue is the Permian Basin Reliability Plan, which state lawmakers had authorized as a targeted fix for a specific region. Since then, state bureaucrats and energy giant Encore have transformed it into a statewide project, gathering opposition from landowners and lawmakers alike. The project is expected to hike homeowners' utility bills by up to $200 annually. Kennedy is a landowner along one route. He said the required mailer he received looked like junk mail. A spokesman for Encore told Texas Scorecard that the company has, quote, complied with all state laws and regulations in providing notices to landowners. You can keep up with the latest news impacting the Lone Star State by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Sidney Henry, Addie Hovland, Brandon Walton, and Robert Montoya. Our producer is Nick Shepard. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State now. Go make it a great day.